took up the graveyard. Must have been some kindergartners attempting to summon the dead.
That is correct, Kevin. And then they all ran off the moment we appeared, and decided to instead open a dimensional portal to the underworld and unleash a satanic entity the likes of man is not yet prepared to face.
Sucks. Hey, how'd you know my name was Kevin?
It's written on the inside of your underwear.
You looked at my underwear?
No?
Well, then how did you know that's where it was written?
It's not that important. What really matters right now is that we can't get back to rest.
Why not?
Because in order to get back to rest, we have to whine to a mortal soul about who we are, where we're from, and how the world has gone to hell since we died. However, nobody wants to hear whining from a lingering spirit, let alone 13 of them. If only there wasn't so much feeling in the world, then nobody would mind what anybody had to say.
Well, for your information, I happen to be a bored teenage juvie who's completely devoid of any human emotion whatsoever. So, fire away.
Very well. Then prepare for the almighty whining of 13 lost spirits from beyond the grave. I'll start off first. I'm the ghost of Michael Jackson from a time when the world had a person to mock.
I'm the ghost of Elvis Presley from a time before Lady Gaga and her artificial siren voice took over the music world. And seriously, what's up with the feathers and the meat outfit? Does the world find it attractive when you dress like a freaking psychopath? It's like if you gave Paloma Voorhees a recording contract and she came to the studio dressed in the remains of her victims at Camp Crystal Lake.
I am the ghost of George Washington from a time before political parties ever existed and national debt wasn't that big an issue. What happened to my words of advice about the dangers of political parties and sparing the use of borrowing money from the government? I didn't die simply to have my last wishes ignored and forgotten.
I am the ghost of Alfred Hitchcock from a time before crazy-ass sequential killing and paranormal activity became the new standard for the horror genre.
I'm the ghost of Bob Kane from a time before comic books were replaced with Japanese stories about demons, emo boys, and the screaming at the top of your lungs as you gather all the power of the universe and unleash it onto one person, only to find that it did nothing.
I am the ghost of 19th century TV from back when television programs were creative and fresh instead of cheaply written repeats of one another. I mean, seriously, how many Twilight Zone knockoffs do we see nowadays?
I am the ghost of Babe Ruth from a time when talent was used to play sports instead of steroids and Big League Chew.
I am the ghost of the original Star Wars trilogy before George Lucas destroyed it with CGI animation, constant re-releases, and Jar Jar Binks. I can't even remember what I look like anymore.
I am the ghost of the Sonic series before it was converted to 3D and Sega started to develop such games as Sonic 3D Blast, and Sonic Shuffle, and Sonic Unleashed, and Sonic the Hedgehog of 2006, and Sonic and the Black Knight, and Sonic Rivals, and...
Okay, I get your point.
Beware!
I am the ghost of Comedy from before the dawn of Comedy Central and Seltzerberg. They aren't funny!
I'm the ghost of $5 movie tickets before theaters discovered 3D and decided to use it as a gimmick to jack up prices. Whatever happened to the simple pleasure of just watching the movie?
I am the ghost of your hopes and dreams for the future! Yeah, they're gone!
I am the ghost of M. Night Shyamalan!
I thought M. Night Shyamalan was still alive.
What a twist!
Now you have heard our whines, Kevin, and have allowed us to return to rest. Now, we must go!
Wow. Now I remember why I feel no emotion in